Hey guys, this is Cheney180, and today we're going to be taking a look at this Marvel Legends Abomination Build-A-Figure from the new Marvel Legends video game wave, I guess, or gamer wave. I don't know, because it has 4 comic characters and 3 non. The Captain America does not come with a Build-A-Figure piece, so he's packed 2 per case. The Miss Marvel and Iron Man both come with pieces. Rage, Leader, Marvel, and Mach 1 all come with pieces as well. So you're going to need those characters to build him. You could skip on the Captain America if you want. Originally, I saw this and I was not too impressed. I didn't like the design. I don't really care for the head, the way it looks. So I did find a way to swap that out, and we will get around to that. But upon putting the guy together and, get him in hand for a while, messing around with him over the afternoon, it's a really nice Build-A-Figure, actually. I don't mind it at all. Like I said, minus the head here. But it's got pretty decent articulation. I don't know if the waist swivel is locked or fused or whatnot, or it just looks that way. There's a couple of downfalls to this thing. One of them is there's not much paint on him at all, as you can see. If you look at the feet here, you can see there's like no paint on the claws. Like basically from the knee down, there's no paint on this guy at all. On the back, you've got some paint on the soft rubber spikes we got here, are soft plastic spikes. You got a little bit of a black dry brush here and there. And then you've got, kind of like a more, I guess, skin tone, reptilian deal, spray here. The face is painted okay for the most part. But nothing, there's no detail here whatsoever on his like shorts or pants, ripped pants. Like you've got decent sculpt in there for the belt and everything, but nothing's painted. Like basically, like there's no paint at the bottom torso here. There's no paint on the legs, and then from the knees down, there's no paint. You get a little bit of paint here, paint on the hands and whatnot, but they kind of skipped out on it, which makes me think that they're probably end up re-releasing this guy, maybe with a different head. But let's go ahead and get into the articulation. So you've got a long dumbbell joint in there, which just kind of moves around like that. I kind of would have preferred a hinge, but and getting this thing's on a little tough. There we go. So he can kind of look around, it's not too prohibited. You look up that far, and look down about that far. So you do get the butterfly joint in here, and it does move forward more than like the Hulk. Moves back very far, which is pretty nice. It swivels all the way around. Arms go up about that high. We've got this bicep swivel here. The whole thing swivels. You got another swivel at the elbow, single hinge elbow. You got a hinge and a swivel at the wrist here, which is pretty nice. And then you've got this upper torso. Moves back and forth, moves all around, not too bad. Like I said, I think maybe the waist is fused. I'm not sure. I'll have to double check that. And then you got legs that go out pretty far, forward nicely, backwards not so much, but you got a swivel at the thigh here, double hinge knee, hinge there. You also got a calf swivel here. And then you've got a pivot at the ankle as well. So you can really like get him spread out pretty far there. To you can get him in some cool poses. It's pretty impressive. But what I like to do is pop the head off, right? Well, actually, let's show you guys what he looks like next to the older Hasbro Abomination first, and then we'll swap the heads on them, which makes it look a lot better, in my opinion, at least. So here we have the old Abomination Build-A-Figure. As you can see, he's considerably shorter. So you can pretty much just take this thing and go like this, toss that aside, take this, toss that aside, and it actually pegs in, but as you can see, there's a decent gap there, but you can kind of finagle it to where he looks pretty good. Now obviously if you Dremel this out and get it to set a little bit flush, it'll obviously look better, but just right out of the box you can just kind of throw that on there, and the paints aren't too different. I want to say the plastic is the same color as you can see here. Looks about the same color, so yeah, it's the same color plastic. So I think maybe they were thinking ahead that maybe people aren't going to like that video game head and want to put this one on there. The greens don't match up here, but you can kind of fudge it if you want, and you can get him in some really cool poses, and it just kind of brings to life a all new version of Abomination here that's pretty cool. Now, how does he stack up next to the new Hulk mold that we have? Here's Hulk. As you can see, we've got someone with decent size now, so these guys can go against each other. I would not doubt, like I said, if they re-release this with this head and just put that out, I wouldn't be surprised at all. So yeah, you can get these guys to face off. I don't know, there's something about this other head here that I'm not a fan of, and it's hard to get on there. But as you can see, he's still pretty tall compared to this new Hulk. He's the shoulders are higher, and he's still kind of like, as you can see, his legs aren't all the way together, so they're not extended fully here. So that's pretty much full extension. The arms don't seem to, oh, there you go. Put them down that way. Try and get him to stand up as high as possible. But as you can see, he's definitely taller. Get them to yell at each other's face there, and you can see that he is taller. So let's see, Abomination stands roughly, let's see, 8 3/4 about. Is that what it looks like? Yeah, almost 9. We're almost reaching 9 there. So that's pretty big. And the Hulk is probably 8 3/4. So he's probably closer to 9 inches there. So that's not too bad there. Not at all. But like I said, I like to swap this. Put this on. So as you can see there, I just like how that looks. That looks really cool. And so to get him, you need Marvel. You need this video game Iron Man. You need Miss Marvel with the like squishiest soft plastic legs ever. You also need Leader. And you need Rage. And you also need Mach 1. So that about wraps it up for this review, guys. Thanks for watching. Feel free to click like, click subscribe. Be sure to check out our They're Not Dolls podcast. We're doing quickie episodes every weekday around 5 Pacific, 8 Eastern. And then we've got our normal show that we release on Thursdays or Friday. So with that being said, thanks for watching and take it easy.